I believe, oh, I believe, I believe, I believe, oh, I believe, I believe, I believe, oh.
So our goal is to get him to break 130 by November.
I didn't know what I would, but
I don't know.
what's he been averaging?
Well, considering how great a teacher you and Phil are, I think pretty successful.
The likelihood of you guys making him worse has got to be next to nothing. More practice. No, I think 3 or 4 things he fixes and he's probably shooting 110 by the end of the summer.
Alright, so we're on our way to lesson number 1. We're going to be working on posture and taking just a quarter swing and making sure that the club's on a good plane. This could be session 1, 2, and 3, but we'll see how John does. Yeah, I'm afraid you didn't know that. Really, I guess what we want to do today, you know, for the, I don't know, probably 30 minutes we're going to spend here, would be just making sure, like, you're kind of in a good starting position.
Okay.
You know, got like a good stance, your feet are the right width apart, you're not leaned over too far, leaned far too back, whatever.
Gotcha.
And then just maybe from there, taking like just a couple like quarter swings.
Okay.
Just to sort of get the club going in the right direction.
Okay.
And then we'll just, you know, that's all we'll worry about today.
Okay.
I don't think we really need to do anything else. I think that in itself will be a lot of things just to remember.
Approach the ball stance.
Right,
And then
right.
work
And I
on
would imagine that like everything you do is going to feel weird.
Okay.
But
not dirty.
yeah. But I mean, if it felt normal, it probably means it's wrong because you're, you know, what you're used to is wrong. You know what I mean?
I've never seen my swing so many times.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think some of the issues are with your stance? Just
It's wide. I have a tendency to come up, and then I didn't realize this, but I always
dip
like
down.
come down.
Right.
Like I do.
Yeah, your head
So you're
moves
making
a
it that
lot.
much harder
Yeah.
for yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're
Yeah.
moving away and then having to come back to where you were starting.
Yeah.
To hit the ball. You know, like it's definitely making it much more difficult.
Yeah.
We'll see. So, because we're about the same height. Just stand next to me.
Yep.
Okay, now you address. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's a lot closer to the ball, but
Your target. Okay. So that's it's called keeping your swing on plane, because you know a lot of people can kind of end up doing this, which is a tendency I have to do, or kind of bring it out here.
yeah.
You know, you want to bring it on a plane so that when you're coming back down, it's on the exact same path that the club was brought up on. That's what we do.
Who do you think's a better coach, Jeff or Phil?
Jeff pouts too much.
I think it's probably going to be Phil.
And why is that?
I just think Phil's probably got a little more patience than Jeff.
Yeah, that's easy. Me, definitely me.
And why is that?
Because I have way more patience than you. You don't turn into the target at all.
Yeah.
You're trying to hit it there with your arms and keep your eye on the, you know, that's, yeah, okay. And then get up back down to position 2. And then all the way through. Yep. Yep.
I like it better.
Much better.
Does it feel abnormal?
No, that actually felt okay.
Okay.
Completely different than
Yeah.
how I normally swing, so different, but I mean, the swing itself felt.
I mean, and
A piece of advice from John. Keep your eyes open and pray.
so when you're bringing it back, you should be rotating your wrist like that.
Okay.
And coming through like that.
Okay.
Like that. And that's why you've got the sort of the limp wristed thing going.
Golly, that was close. Your head is like down like this, like you feel like your eyes have to stare right at the ball.
Yeah.
And I think it's better if you kind of look up with the head more head up but eyes down.
Okay.
Because your head has to stay out of the way of this.
Right.
So if you do that, and you can rotate your shoulders around your head instead of your head being down, kind of locked into your.
Right.
Yeah.
So head up, eyes down a little more.
That looks a lot better.
That looks way better. Yeah. You'll start going back to your old. I'm just afraid that we'll make progress, but then we'll have to remake the same progress every time we meet. You know, like we'll start back at square one too often. But I guess that's just part of the learning process, that you can't expect him to now have mastered that portion of the golf swing.
I think the ball's the problem and the course is the problem. I think we keep him off the course
As much as possible.
and keep him away from the ball. And then
You mean you just don't want him to play golf, basically?
keep the ball out of it, because you're right, it's messing up mentally.
Yeah.
And if he gets in a foursome and he's
Trying to keep up.
he's going to want to advance the ball. That's
Right,
gonna,
he's going to do that the way he knows best.
Yeah, he's going to try to get the 100-something
Right.
yards out of it every time, and that means getting wristy and handsy and picking it.
That,
So if you could give John one piece of advice, what would you give him?
More cowbell. But I'd be happy when he doesn't finish at the bottom, you know?
Whoever does finish at the bottom.
I don't want to be the guy that he beats, but I'd be happy when he's not in last.
I think me and Mike Jackson are closest to it.
I think one of these days Mike Jackson's going to play around where he's just a little too Mike Jackson, you know what I mean? And Odette is going to swoop in with some sort of master charge on the back nine. Like just a series of double bogeys and just run away with it.
He's gonna